everybody. Yesterday, I'm going to dive into this one pretty quick. Yesterday, we got started with Apache Cassandra, getting it installed, getting some stuff installed for DataStax Enterprise. And during that, one of the things that came up was the simple fact that the drive was being thrashed by me trying to start 3 nodes for a distributed database cluster on a machine, because the way I've got it set up is basically a little SSD drive that's USB-C Thunderbolt connected to, at the time it was USB 3, and it works fine for most VM images, especially for doing development. Like if I'm doing Go development, I can start my IDE and do all sorts of stuff, no big deal, because it's not trying to shove tons of data and using up the maximum throughput of the USB 3 or USB-C Thunderbolt or even the drive or whatever. So when it gets to the point where things are thrashing, though, VMs tend to simply die. Straight up die, freeze up, just you can't use them, right? So a shout out to calming down to some rain, coffee, salmon, and weed. Okay, I just had to say that because the cup's hilarious. And anyway, so the idea that I had was bump up the metrics on the VM to like 16 gigs of memory and add in extra oomph from the cores. So I put it up to 6 cores instead of 2 or 4 or whatever I had it on. And that was basically what I did. And it worked. It worked a little bit better. It really did. However, it still didn't get us actually up and running. It still kind of choked the machine, made it really difficult to work. So the thing I've done today, and I'll post a picture of this in my blog entry write-up of like my configuration, and I got a whole unboxing to show you the hardware that I've set up to run it now. But the SSD drive is actually on the USB-C Thunderbolt, and I'm going to give that a try to see where we get, right? So right now, I already have the VM started, okay? And if we look in here and go to codes, and then in there I got the Docker images directory. And in here, there's the example folder. Now this is, if we go out to GitHub, oh yeah, and reference, this is the episode I did yesterday out on my Twitch stream, If you're watching this, or if you've watching this from YouTube or from my blog entry, this is where I stream live on a pretty regular basis, trying to get the schedule down to a repeatable thing every day. But this is where that video is, along with some other stuff I'm doing, like building a railroad empire, writing some Go code, doing a lot of database stuff, etc. So if you want to join in anytime, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy having people come in and talk about stuff and ask me questions. It always leads us down paths to further learning on all of that stuff. In the meantime, back to the core topic here at hand. So, well, yeah, whatever. Why? Shit. GitHub, when I'm trying to show stuff, I don't want to see security stuff pop up on the window. Now I got to go back and scrub that or something. Anyway, now y'all know my bloody phone number and know that I have 2-factor set up. So, yeah, so that was distracting. GitHub. Yeah, so in here, well, actually, if we go out to, let's go to DataStax. DataStax, there we go. We can see this repo, which is Docker, is it Docker images? So this is the actual repo that has all the goodies in it. This is where you want to go. And there's more than just the YAMLs that we're going to use, too. There's all this other stuff. It's got a good, solid README. Talks about various ways to start up these images and what the images are, what they have on them, all that good jazz. And here's running the individual servers. So this is actually running a single node. This is a single node with Graph enabled, with Spark enabled, Search Analytics, and Graph enabled. With the DataStax version of Apache Cassandra, it has a lot of extra extensive capabilities around those 3 things, Search, Analytics, and Graph. And they're pretty hardcore implementations. Like the Analytics is Spark, right? Search is Solar, etc. So there's a lot of options, a lot of capabilities with the DataStax Enterprise repo. But at the core, remember, we're running Apache Cassandra at the core. The actual distributed database itself that all this is built on is Apache Cassandra. So let's jump back into our local instance here and take a look at what we've got. So there's the 3 different YAML files. We'll take a look at those too. Just one more time to kind of re-review what we're doing here. All right, so this is the README file, and it talks about here's 3 nodes with Op Center, 3 nodes with Op Center and Studio, etc. As soon as we get these running here in just a second, you'll be able to see what's up with this whole containerized deployment with Docker Compose. Then over here, let's take a look at, this is the core server, right? Listen to that. I got to shut down Slack. I never quite have everything shut down. Click, 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 click. All right, stop. With Windows, I can't update it fast enough to get to the damn thing. Oh, I hate Windows. So this Saturday also, I'm going to stream me killing off. Oh my God. About to curse here. So yeah. All right, I killed that. Damn it, hellfire. Okay, so another thing I'm doing this weekend is I'm actually going to kill off Windows on this machine because it has made me suffer for too long. I'm done. I'm done with it. This is the kind of shit that happens where it's just got like these arbitrary updates and stuff that it shoves down your throats all the time. All right, so now we're back to what we were talking about. Okay, the deal here is this is a V2 of a Docker Compose file that basically lays out a DSE server, which is an Apache Cassandra node with the slight differences and stuff, and the capability to run things like graph analytics and search, which we just talked about. It also has a different core engine piece, which makes it a little bit faster than plain old vanilla Apache Cassandra. But still, at the core, we're talking about the same dynamics happening, right? This is a distributed database. This is one of the nodes of what would be many nodes. In this particular situation, we are either going to run one node with other things running on it, or we're going to run 3 nodes and have an actual cluster. And so many distractions. And we'll have Studio and Op Center run on that. So here's Studio, though, and the Op Center YAML, which you can see is pretty simple. And it shows the ports that are opened up for those particular things, 8888 and 9091. So next steps, right? Really, I guess it's just to run the Docker Compose. So, I closed that. Now I actually wanted the Docker Compose line, so I don't have to type the whole thing. In the README, we have our various options. Here's a straight up 3-node cluster, single node with Studio. Let's actually try this one. This one's like one of the lowest overhead ones. We'll run it first and see where we get. So that's starting. And let's see your task manager. And I'm going to set up something real quick so I can show you the task manager. Task manager. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is the Windows Task Manager in the background, right? Right now you can see I have OBS running, Virtual Manager. This is basically my VM, right? It's eating up this much memory and this much disk. So it looks like we're pretty chill so far. Let's open that up and see if we can open Studio. Oh, looking good so far. Oh, there's the other ones, yeah. So there's the Graph Quick Start, Spark, What's New, etc. Let's click one, and we can see that memory bumping up a little bit, but not much. Mostly just the disk is going nuts. And we see the real hog, though. Look at that trash fire of a thing. Chrome. If we just look at the memory there, it's the hog. The Chrome is so I have, how many gigs? I have 16 gigs dedicated to this VirtualBox, and it's only using 170 actual megabytes of actual like memory, right? Meanwhile, Chrome is hogging 863, and really, like, what do I even have open in Chrome? I guess I have, I don't know, I'm going to close it real quick and free it up. I guess I had the chat channel open in that, right? So like if you chat though, I still see it in the stream in OBS. But as far as what's actually, oh look, other Chrome, rogue Chromes. So let's kill those off too. It's such an evil browser at this point in history, which is so frustrating. So now our virtual manager box went down here. We have the regular one, which I guess I can close that too, actually. Let me do that. Yeah, there we go. So just, yeah, real low memory usage. So let's bump this up. Let's, it says connection failed. Well, I'm not going to worry about that right now because we don't even want to run the single node situation anyway. So we're going to Docker compose down. Tear that one down, and so that's basically one node running, right? So it runs one node with the database, and then runs Studio on top of that, and the pertinent things that need run. So I'm not sure exactly with the Docker image if that enables search analytics and the other components that Studio would use, which it says like there on the screen that it's going to use them, but I'm not super sure of that. But let's just run a 3-node setup and see where we get with performance. All right, so that's down. What does it say? Oh, default. I think it'll, I'm going to go put them down one more time, but I think that's actually okay. Yeah, warning, found orphan container. This is in the project. Docker PS. Oh, Docker. That's Docker. Let's do this, and we will actually we'll go stop. That's what we want to do. It's not a Docker. Oh, whoops. Docker stop thing. There we go. You know, you always got to do commands 5 or 6 times backwards before you start actually memorizing them. And in my case, I just do them backwards all the time because I'm freaking dyslexic. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Why am I not listening to some tunes here? Boom. All right, there's some tunes for us. Sort of. Weird. So y'all aren't hearing the tunes. Audio, speakers, and headphones. Let's go with headphones. Oh, now y'all can hear it, right? Yeah, okay. There we go. All right, so it looks like we stopped that Docker container, yeah. So now if we do Docker compose down, yeah, okay, there we go. Cool. So now let's kick off this next one, and let's just do just a cluster, 3-node cluster. Now I'm going to talk about a 3-node cluster in just a minute because I have opinions about a 3-node cluster. Yeah, you heard it here first. I have opinions. That sounds like some wicked guitar. Yeah, nice and scrunchy. Scrunchy, scrunchy. How we doing there? It looks like, oh, wow. Yeah, so, okay, this is awesome. This is what we're seeing. So right now, if you watch the last session, you realize, you know, wow, shit, the VirtualBox isn't even using any throughput disk I/O, right? Here's the deal. I know exactly what was happening. Since I was plugged up to USB 3, and USB 3 has like a max of X amount. I don't even remember what the metric is exactly, but it was trying to burst to get started so hard that it was thrashing the VM and the drive, and the VM was effectively shutting down or locking up, right? But now, because I'm on USB-C Thunderbolt, it can initiate the virtual machine, which we have running right here, running this stuff. See, and I can move this thing around, and it's you know, it's not really flaking out or anything. But because it can burst and send all that data through as quickly as it needs at startup, everything's getting put into memory as need be, etc. And then it just keeps moving forward. I opened up Chrome again so I could actually see the chat and see who else is streaming right now. And Chrome goes into psycho mode and starts using up all the stuff. The other thing that's kind of interesting to see, though, is you can see OBS, and you can see the network bandwidth right there. And it's got the GPU encode, and then this is using a GPU and a GPU there. And what's cool, too, is this laptop, the XPS 15, again, I got a blog entry. I'll put it in the description, has enough horsepower that it's a beautiful little laptop. It's handling this without any problem whatsoever. Now I'm getting notifications on my phone. I tell you, I can't stream in peace and quiet. So yeah, this is looking good now, and we're at 23.8 gigs of 31.7 gigabytes of memory, and you can see this is my USB-C drive, right? No thrashing going on like it was doing yesterday. So this is great. It does bring up a point though. When you're using a database that's a little bit more expansive architecturally, let's say, you need to make sure you get the hardware to do it, right? That's the plain and simple of it. With the case with Apache Cassandra, DataStax Enterprise, you got to have a decent machine if you're going to run these nodes and things on the machine. Otherwise, you're going to have a machine that just thrashes itself to death, and you're not going to be able to write code or anything on it. It's not like SQL Server you can force allocate to a small little segment of the machine or something like that, and you can shut down and start and whatever. You can do that with these nodes, but when they do just a little bit of anything, they're going to allocate resources under the perspective that they're the singular thing running on the machine, and they're going to need the horsepower for the massive tasks that we've given it because it's a distributed database. These are databases that store vastly more data and do vastly more processing than what a simple relational database could actually do. Yes, Postgres can do some pretty expansive things too. We'll talk more about that on the stream with future database explorations. Did a Postgres installation last stream, but now we're just talking about Apache, Cassandra, and DataStax Enterprise. So let's get started a little bit more with that and start up and look at some Studio and Ops Center, right? All right. So, oh yeah. Put. We are going to get that back on screen there. Docker compose down. Eventually I'm going to have all these spots like memorized. There we go. So now let's do a big one here. This is going to give us, pending, of course, as you know, talking about if this one starts, let's do it. We're going to have a whole network error. What happened with it? Looked like it shut down okay. Down. And let's see, PS. Okay, maybe I needed to just do 2 downs to get the network to, yeah, Docker compose down. Warning, removing network. Blah, 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 default, not found. All right, so let's try this one more time. Shit. I don't know what it's doing. Let's see your Docker compose. Can we do display the running processes, unpause services, create a network? I want to do like a kill the network. Bundle, create events, receive real-time events containers, kill containers, print the public port for the port binding. Let's hear Docker compose PS, and Docker compose. Okay, there's nothing running. And then let's do stop. Yeah. And let's try Docker compose top. There should be nothing, right? Yeah. Docker compose. What's the other thing? Images. Build and rebuild services. Bundle, generate. Actually, you know what? Clear. Oops, clear. There we go. Let's do a quick reboot of this machine. I don't exactly know what Docker compose does sometimes. You know what? I'm going to do one more. We'll try to build it all. Let's see what we get. Nope, still error. So, whatever. Shut down. Restart now. Hey, Bobby, thanks for joining. Glad to see the raid. I'm over here breaking containers too, kind of like you were. Trying to get. So yesterday, I don't know if you saw what I did yesterday, but basically I have a little USB-C Thunderbolt drive, right? It's an SSD drive. It's crazy fast. It's 1 terabyte, and I have it connected to my laptop, and I run all my virtual machines on it. And yesterday I was trying to run a 3-node cluster of basically Apache Cassandra, right? And it was thrashing the drive so bad that it would kill the VM. I tried it a few times and got some things to work, but it was mostly just thrashing it. Anyway, today, since I'm in my office, I have a connection where I can actually run it USB-C Thunderbolt to straight USB-C Thunderbolt instead of into the USB 3 drive. And wow, it's working beautifully today versus yesterday. It's amazing what a little throughput does. I was also thinking we should do a pair programming stream. I've sent a holler out to some people to do it. I think it'd be pretty cool, where we just like tackle katas and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, definitely would be fun. I've even got a way too where I really want to try to do it in person. Like I got a little box. Oh, I looked around to see if I have it here to show you, but I got a little box where basically like one machine can be streaming, right? And then another person that's pairing on a completely different box, so you can be side by side, can pipe theirs into the machine so we can have both screens and like switch back and forth however we want on one machine or both machines or whatever for the stream. That way, no matter what, people can see, what we're actually doing. And we can be in the same room, so we can do it like the old extreme programming, old school way and stuff. All right, let's see here. Did Docker compose fix itself? Oh, I'm just in the wrong directory. Docker examples. There we go. Boom. Cannot start service op center network. Yeah, we can't start the networks. Why can't we start the networks? So starting this one. Errors while bringing up the project. Oh yeah, Docker can be super freaking awesome. Docker can also be a serious pain, especially when it's just not right for certain prod stuff and people want to put stuff on it anyway, and then it ends up being a massive time suck. Speaking of Docker, anybody know what's up with this error? Like, I don't know how to actually kill a network. Like, oh, well, to the Googles. Dun, 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 dun. Docker compose kill networks. Whoops. Here we go. That tiny error? What do you mean? It's not tiny. It's a massive error. Do you want me to make it bigger? Is that what you're saying? How do I do that in here? Shit. File. I'm using like the default crap in here. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Terminal size columns with wait, how do I custom font? Yeah, let's do it. Till I make it bigger. Dude, hell yeah. Check it out. Okay. The one. Yeah. There we go, man. Let's make it all nice and clean. New error. There it is. A massive error. So, oh, let me error the cannot start service. Docker. Yeah, it's the network. It's the networks that are not found, right? Oh, actually, maybe Docker kills network. Is that what it is? Let's look at that real quick. Networking in compose. Image ports, this stuff, web, this stuff. Right, updating containers, links, multi-host networking. Oh yeah, it used to be Docker Swarm, wasn't it? Or just Swarm, whatever. Custom networks. Let's go back and look in our YAML here. I should have something to punch while I'm listening to this groovy ass music. I just like punch it every once in a while. Probably break my old man hands. Yeah, so here's this one, node environment, link seed node. You can't hear the music? Can you hear the music now? I had it up loud enough. Weird. Weird. Oh yeah, there's like no sound on my. God damn it, hellfire. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna actually figure this out real quick. So headphones. Default. Let's see here. So I got in audio. I have all of my devices. I have the default, and then I have the freaking microphone, and then the Realtek audio. No? Oh, and the desktop is that, and then speakers, and then headphone. Maybe that's... Maybe? No? Still no? Yeah, Robert Table. So I did that. Check it out. Yeah, I don't know about that. I get to listen to it, but I guess y'all don't right now. Docker is down. Moving network. So there. See, it says it's those YAMLs. So that seems pretty normal, right? I mean, that's no crazy thing. And let's see which one of these things has that. Op center. Yeah, it's not really definitely saying anything. Here, let's say Docker. Actually, check this out. If I do this and run the command, go back and look at this. So if I just want to run like, yeah, this is the 3 node setter. 3 nodes set up with op setters to do that one. But let's try this without Studio, just to do something slightly different. Cannot start service op center. Network thing not found. Why is it not finding it? Oh, now it's so there is. setting volume is weird. How about now? You can't hear what I'm saying? Are y'all just fucking with me? You can't hear what I'm saying? Are y'all just fucking with me? Alright, cool. God, I sound like such a jerk sometimes. Yeah, so that happened on that one. But just a minute ago, now you have an echo. How do I have an echo? Oh, I think I fixed it. Too much gear, too much gear. So let's just do, let's do the just 3-node setup here. You know, I don't even have much latency right now because I'm actually in the Ethernet, Bobby. That's what you got to do, man. You got to have like a high-speed connection and Ethernet. That will hook you up good. The best is when I'm at home, but I don't have my gear at home. I try to keep stuff autonomous. All right, so there's example compose YAMLs, seed node, node 1, node 2, right? So that's starting a 3-node cluster. Cool beans, right? So let's hear node. Where am I typing? Oh no, see that one. Oh man, it thrashed my box. Let's check out the task manager. Yeah? Oh, look at that. So yeah, so when this goes skyrockets up like that, that's always bad for the situation. No, yeah, no. See, so this is why. Oh, look, now it started doing something. Node Jode. I don't know what a node Jode is. See, the box is just flaking out. But I guess I sort of have it back. Okay, so let's try that. Node tools. So that firms my theory up though. So you can see disk 1. That's my USB-C Thunderbolt disk. If you go over here and look at it, yeah, see, like it needs hardcore bandwidth, and I'm not sure what the dealio is with that. It's kind of annoying. I think I'm just gonna have to put it on the local drive to really make it usable at all. No tools. What do we get here? Oh, it's. No, I've forgotten what I'm. It's a command. Spacing out here. Yeah, let's just do. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with node tools, by the way. Oh, is that what I did? Dad, burn it. So then what is it? Oh yeah, node tool status. What? So yeah, all sorts of flaky stuff is going on. So on that note, let's see here. Oh, I've started data grip somehow because it's like it doesn't know how to deal with my clicky buttons here. All right, what I'm going to do then is Hold on, I gotta read the chat. I'm catching up here. You are powered by them. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna shut down this machine. Oops, halt. And then we're gonna move it. Gonna move it and put it on the local drive. That'll only take a second. In the meantime, y'all can see my dual camera setup here. Oh, and while I'm doing that, let's take a look at this thing. Where's the camera at? Oh, here it is. So this is the setup of my drive and everything. All right, there we go. So that's the little USB-C 3 Thunderbolt drive, right? Super fast drive. It's connected to that Dale, whatever this docking station thing is called. I guess it's a docking station, right? And that's connected via USB-C Thunderbolt to the machine, which actually powers the machine, right? I have no other wires connected to the laptop. Super cool. I really love the Thunderbolt USB-C 3 thing. And then I got like my phone connected to it, the headphones that I'm listening through, all the stuff. Everything is connected there. And that has effectively replaced my workstation that I had set up before that I was doing streaming and stuff with, which so far seems to be working out. And this stream that I'm specifically topically trying to cover is best ways to set up a distributed database development machine. So we got a local instance of Apache Cassandra running too. So that's actually pretty easy to do if you just want one node. Oh, so check it out. In that box, so that box actually is connected to this monstrosity. That's 28 ports, USB ports, right? All powered by little on-off switches. You can see the blue ones are lit up and the other ones are off. I don't have most of them in use right now, but I've at various times had crazy amounts of USB-C stuff. One of the things I did with that too is I would power all my bike lights, the rechargeable ones. I'd have like 5 or 6 of them powering up all the time. Because like I bike everywhere, that's the thing. But now I have a dyno hub and I never charge any USB rechargeable lights because the light, well, it's like a car, right? You don't charge up your lights, you just have them on the car. It's the same thing on my bike now. So I'm down to mouse, this thing, the other webcam, I think there's something else connected to it, but whatever. You get the idea. Yeah, it's a pretty nuts connection. I really love the big one that goes with this XPS laptop. Or I mean, I guess it goes with whatever XPS laptop or other Dell laptop, but it's a nice setup. It's better than any of the Mac shit that I've had the last couple of years. And I love me some Mac stuff, don't get me wrong. You can ask Bobby about that. I love some Apple tool stuff. Those laptops have survived literal hell and train wrecks with me, so that's cool. All right, while I'm yapping, by the way, I'm actually copying this thing. Well, but I just lost my. Oh, there it is. So here, I'm going to pull up this little window here and show you what I'm doing. So there's the performance metric deal. Let's set up another window capture. And I'm going to window capture 2. Yeah. And then we'll make it the virtual manager. Yeah. Oh, God, that's huge. Windows, stop freaking out with your, like, crack-headed stuff. Oh, this is on the wrong one. Damn it. Got it coming. There we go. All right, so basically what I'm doing is all right, where did it go? There it is. So I want to take this one and move it to, oh God. Can you see that window? Oh, y'all can't see this nonsense. Okay, look what it just did to me. Bobby, check this out. You got to see this craziness. Windows is notoriously doing this to me all the time. Look at the window it just popped up. See this? That's what it expects me to see. See if I can. I'm gonna bring it over here. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can see the damn thing. Then we're gonna put it on C drive. Oh, or I guess, I don't know, where the hell should this go? Let's put it in documents. Yeah? Yeah, select folder. Yeah, Windows doesn't know how to do 4K. Like, see, that thing's huge. It shows the copying now just fine. I don't know, man. Windows doesn't know how to. I have nowhere near this much trouble with Linux of all things when it comes to 4K monitors, and because the laptop is 4K, the main 34-inch screen is, it's not like a 4K monitor, but it's 3880 by 1440. And then I have another monitor over here that is my setup to watch all this stuff. It's where my, well, whoops. It's where that goes, right? Damn stuff. I knocked my box off the thing. Probably messed up a volume now. It's so frustrating sometimes. There we go. Okay, 24 more seconds, and then we get to see how this works. Yeah, I'm right there with you with the Mac stuff, man. I wish they would have stayed a little bit more on path. And there's still some nice stuff. They make some nice stuff, but it's just getting too... They're doing everything Jobs made them do wrong now. You know? They stalkered it. What do you mean, crash? Eat up all my resources? Yeah, no, that's true. I need to learn the specifics about how the things... Did it finish? Oh, it did. So let's start it now. See what we get. We're gonna, there we go. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted on the top. Let's get rid of that. You don't need to see that stuff anymore. But this would be good to see. And there's the machine starting in the background with the threads and stuff running. So when it spikes up at the beginning, it's expected, right? You know, the startup trying to get stuff copied over or whatever. I'm still kind of amazed at how the memory, like active memory is for this. Performance. Yeah, this V shouldn't see anything this time. Just like, so the music, I guess you can see it now, right? Hear it, yeah. I love it. It's like this music that I've purchased, I guess, so I can listen to it and not have to, you know, the licensing and stuff. It's unlicensed music or unlicensable. No, wait, music that's licensed so you don't have to pay for it, or I've paid. Anyway, whatever the licensing is. So I bought it. I got a whole ton of it, and it's so cool because it's basically like this. Slightly influenced everything from Queensryche to like Nevermore to Death to Obituary to whatever. Kind of groovy. Yeah, license free music, but it actually has a license. It's just like a not pay. Like you don't have to pay for use, and you don't have to pay to. You don't have to attribute it. That's what it is. That's the other thing. All right, so. The machine's back, so let's look at that. Things are not freaking out too much. No tool status. We should get nothing, right? There should be nothing. What? Oh, let's do sudo service Cassandra stop and make sure that's off. Because oh yeah, I got Cassandra on auto start. Oh, that could be causing a problem too. So many paradigms to think about. So, oh, I just did that. So no tool status now should show Yeah, okay, that's right. But then sudo shutdown -h now. Give me, that's what I want. Let's do, yeah, 3-node cluster. Oh, did that again. So codes, Docker, examples. All right, where are we going to get now? Progress. How's our perf running? Not too crazy. VM is, I see it went down to a normal relative amount again. The VM is still cranky as hell though. Interesting. So lesson learned here is, wow, that printed out poorly. So it's up, right? So that cluster is running on this one virtual machine. Virtual machine has 16 gigs of RAM and 6 cores. So somewhere in here, it's using 6 of these things. Or, I'm sorry, six logical processors is what it's running. Oh, there ain't nothing to see there anyway. It's just the ports. Yeah, there you go. So now let's do this. And let's see if we can actually get the other stuff running. Docker compose down. So I guess if you can allocate enough, give it time to start, and put everything into memory, it seems usable then. Like it's usable to do basic development against then. And you actually have 3 nodes instead of like kind of a pseudo fake distributed database of a single node. Albeit a single node may be the more efficient option if you're just trying to build an app against something that's going to connect to an actual distributed database system like Apache, Cassandra, or DataStax Enterprise. All right, so that's all shut down. Let's do the whole kit and caboodle again. And we'll give it a minute or two to start up. Yeah, Ops Center and actually I just want Ops Center. I don't even care about Studio right now. Studio is nice, but right back to this. It's really not down. So it says removing network, and then if I run it again, it'll say warning, not network found, or network not found. Does that make sense to you, Robert Tables? Because then if I try to go up again with it, yeah, nothing. All I can think of is to restart the machine, because I don't know how to kill the networks. Is it network? No, it's build regenerated Docker file, view compose files. Compose PS. See, I got nothing running. Docker compose. Set number of containers for service, start stuff. Can I just say stop? About Docker. Oh, this might show some craziness. No, that's, yeah, everything is down. Makes no sense whatsoever to me. But I also won't swear by being a Docker genius. So at this point, I would say the easiest way to get started doing dev against a distributed database is to run Apache Cassandra on the local machine. Or let's talk about some of the other options now. Let's see, how long have I been on? I'm going to timestamp this sucker so I know where to bookmark it at 53 minutes. So 53 minutes. And we're going to put some of these links in our little link book here, and I'll add them to the blog post that I'll do. So there's some other options which are super badass for doing legitimate development against a distributed database. Because honestly, like, you can't really do development against a distributed database on a local machine. It's just, that's not really how this whole thing works. You can, of course, do it against a single node, and you get a little bit of, you know, you work through like individual small unit-like issues. It is. Oh, you said that a few. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is, let's see here, Google Marketplace. Oh, I need to get signed in. Console, Google Cloud, and Azure, Google Cloud. There we go. And y'all are gonna like this. This is gonna be pretty. This is pretty awesome. I don't know, what is the URI for Azure? Azure.microsoft.com, something like that. Oh yeah, there we go. So let's sign in. Console sign in here, and y'all get to look at me for a second while I do all my secrets. Docker networks? Yeah, I don't even know how to kill it that way. How does one do that? Docker, whoops. Docker networks. Yeah, I don't even know where to start in that realm. Oh, it's just blah blah. It's your yeah, like I tried that. I don't know what to do there. Feel free to shoot me some ideas. We'll give them a try real quick. I am currently, however, going to get logged into this stuff so I can show you how to get these badass setups going on to really get some dev going on. I really wish Microsoft would straighten out its live.com thing. Does that even exist anymore? Like, I still have a password under there. There we go. All right, so bounce back into here. So check this out. This is how easy this is. Now, emphasis on easy, but not cheap, right? Super not cheap. Oh yeah, network prune. That might be it. I'm gonna go in and do this real quick, and then we'll take a look at that because this takes no resources on the local machine. So here you can see a whole ton of stuff. All right, so let's say you want to develop something, and you want a cluster, and you want a cluster right now. Not 5 hours from now, none of that nonsense. You want it in the next, well, let's say 20 minutes, right? Go in here, DataStax, and you can go the Kubernetes route or the virtual machines route. I go the virtual machines route. It tends to, I don't know, I don't trust the other one just yet. But as you can see here, don't forget to shut it down. It ain't cheap. $344.58 a month, right? And that's for a basic setup. So go in here, launch on Compute Engine, and then you'll notice that it's going to replicate across here. So we're talking about immediate high redundancy of a scale that one just doesn't build whimsically, right? We're talking about three regions. Like Asia could disappear, or Europe could disappear, or America could disappear. As long as the other two are there, boom, you still got a database. Hardcore capabilities there. But I'm just going to disappear these for right now and deploy. So you can see this is just a basic 2 CPU, about 8 gigs of stuff, and then deploy. So I'm gonna leave that working for a while, and then, what? Oh, come on. Correlation identifier. God, Microsoft, you are so bad at doing security sometimes. Like, what does that even mean? What? How do I even have an Outlook account? I've never even signed up for Outlook with this. No, just go to Azure. That's where I want to go, and then sign into that. Based on OAuth, it should just sign me in, right? Yep, there it goes. Okay, so my account, portal. So this is super cool. I love the marketplace on Azure, albeit I don't know if. Anyway, let's see if we can get there from this point of view. So I'm gonna type in DataStax, and what do we get? Anything? No, we get my. All right, how do you get to the marketplace? Can I type marketplace? Oh, there's a service marketplace. Maybe that's what I wanted. Oh, I don't know what's going on here, but 10 new updates of DataStax. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Cool. Wow. I haven't created it from this perspective, but it's pretty cool. So, and you can see it scrolling sideways because Azure is designed to work on mobile. I don't know. I don't really still think they need to change that. My advice is do not try to manage your actual cloud database on a mobile device. It's just no. Oh yeah, this is some interesting steps of stuff, but I'm not even going to go down this route. I'm going to find the, let's see here, Azure Marketplace. Let's use Google to find the marketplace because that'll work much better. And then click on this thing. Create your. I already have an account. Why is it making me do this again? Start free. No. Yeah, use my existing subscription. And it sends me back here. Come on. Where is... I want the marketplace. Of course, I got to show you this, and I find the hardest way to get to it or something. No. Yeah, okay, my saved list. There we go. DataStax Enterprise. This, I do promise, is the quickest way to get this started. So, all right, we're going to go through this way then. Configure basic steps. Yeah, so we'll go with Cassie. Sure. Oh, all the passwords. So it lets you do this. And then sure, that'll be the resource group, and then we'll go with UK West. We want to do US West, actually. Yeah, West US 2. Let's do that. And then what do I need, a special character or something? Whatever, this is more frustrating than it's worth. So there's a way. Let's go to learn more, and maybe this will let us get into. Here we go. So saved. No, save for later. And then let's go out to video tutorial. So basically, I want to get out of this. This is super frustrating, though. How do you go to the normal freaking thing? Anyway, I'm going to show you the Google one because the Google one's easier to use. So as you saw, you go in, you click here, you go to Marketplace, and you pick the thing you want to launch, right? So in here, I say DataStax. And then you go in, you pick the one you want, and you click Create, right? So that's kind of what's happening here, but the problem is there's another option that I want to show you that's actually super cool in Azure, and that is the set up a test run, and it'll basically launch a cluster that you'll have access to for 3 hours. It won't charge you, and then it shuts it down automatically, cleans it up for you. It's absolutely beautiful. The process that it was trying to get me to go through, however, is the process that makes you, basically you're spooling up a machine to keep on, right? Like that's, oh look, Azure Marketplace. Maybe this is the way to the marketplace. Ah, this is the screen that I'm looking for. Yeah, so give me my, there we go, so sign in. And then let me go look at my favorites. There we go. So here's some of my favorite stuff that I use in Azure every now and again. So if you go to DataStax here, you have Test Drive, and that's the thing that's awesome. So it's this, continue, and then I'm pretty much done. It will now email me when it's available, because it'll take about 10 or 20 minutes to get started, depending on the mood of the cloud. And then you have an entire cluster to work with. And let's see here. So for the next X number of minutes, I'm going to dork around with this. We'll look at it. But then at 3:33 p.m., I'm going to start my Go coding session. And I'm actually going to code against this environment that Azure is starting up for me right now. And we'll try it out. We may try out this one too if it's all done and everything. We'll have both of them to work against. So on that note, who should I raid? Oh, I'm going to raid Robert Tables because he's over there doing something. Or is he streaming me? I don't know how this works sometimes. Let me look and I'll find out.
Discard some stuff that I don't.
So let's see, there's Steampunk Programmer. Oh, now there's just me in here, so I'm talking to myself. All right, all good then. Going on the outro here.